So hello everyone, a very good evening to one and all present here. I hope my voice is audible and the screen sharing is fine.
Yeah, Diana, everything is audible and screen is also visible.
Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, so today we are here to discuss about the careers and management that you can sort after right after your 12th standard. Okay, and I am Chris Diana, your GradSquare mentor for the day. So let me first of all give you a small overview about myself. So I have been in this industry training students for the CAT, IPMAT for the past 13 years. Okay, so we consistently write the CAT papers, SNAP papers to be in the things so that we may help our students to understand the papers better. So IPMAT, we have been dealing it with the past 3 to 4 years. And in this particular session, we are going to tell you as to after your 12th standard, what are all the opportunities that you're going to have in management. So first of all, if you look at the programs in India, there are three types of management programs. So first of all, it's going to be the 3-year program. Now, this 3-year BBA is a common program that most of the universities run through. Okay, the second one is a 4-year BBA, and then the third one is your 5-year MBA. So that 5-year course is called the IPM Integrated Program in Management. It is a 3-year BBA plus 2-year MBA integrated course. So first of all, let us discuss about what is the difference between this 3-year course and the 4-year course. Now, both of these are BBA courses, okay, and they give you foundation into what business management is like, okay. So in the first 3 years of your BBA, you will be given all the foundation courses on management essentials like the principles of accounting, everything that you would need to be there seated with the MBA students. Okay, so 3-year BBA will be the foundation course. Now, when you go to this 4-year, so 4-year BBA is generally called the honors program in most of the institutes, or it is also called the global BBA program. Okay, the only difference between a 3-year BBA and the 4-year BBA is if a student wants to go for his MBA in India after your BBA, then they normally sought for this 3-year BBA, okay, which is a foundational course for your MBA. Now, if at all you want to go for universities abroad, then most of the US and UK universities, what they ask you is they ask you for a 16-year formal education. Okay, so you already have your 12 years of formal education in your school, and after that you need a 4-year formal graduation. Okay, so which the 3-year BBA will not be eligible for. So in that case, students opt for this 4-year BBA. Okay, and in the 4th year, the only difference, the course structure is almost the same for the first 3 years. In the final year, they give more importance to the course subjects. Okay, so whatever you are taking your specialization in, there you will be given a little more of core in-depth details. So that is the only difference. Otherwise, no specific reason for choosing a 4-year BBA or a 3-year BBA. And then the 5-year integrated MBA is going to be a dual degree program which offers you your BBA as well as your MBA. So most of the institutes, okay, and the best part about this 5-year integrated MBA is it is not prevailing in any of the just run B schools. Only in the top 20, top 25 B schools of India that you will see this particular program is running. Okay, so it is a very elite program, and it is a highly sought of program also because it provides the students with a sense of a satisfaction. Because see, right after your 12th, you run after this competitive exams. Okay, so you finish your UG, and after that to do your PG also, if you have to run after lots and lots of competitive exams like the CAT paper or the NMAT paper for your MBA and all, so that becomes an additional tension for the students. So students who want a peaceful 5-year integrated course, okay, they can opt for this. And say for example, okay, now say for example, like IPM, it is provided to you in Indore as well as in Rohtak, the top IIMs that provide IPM, right? But there are certain IIMs which are much more better than them for MBA. So a student, once he enters the Indore IPM program, he may feel that okay, now I just want to do my MBA in a much higher. I am now at Indore. I really want to go into A, B, or C, Ahmedabad, Bangalore, or Calcutta IIMs, right? So in that case, okay, in the third year, he can also write his CAT paper, okay, because this particular program in most of the colleges, especially the IIMs, okay, they provide you a exit option, okay, and for that you have to maintain a grade point also, okay. So if you maintain a grade point of 4, then you will be allowed to exit it, okay. And to continue, okay, you will be taken the consent when you are in the third year. So you may continue or you may opt to exit. When you exit, you will be provided with a BBA degree certificate, okay. And if you opt to continue, you will be seated with the students who write a CAT paper or this what, like if you are going for the IIMs, the CAT paper, if you are in like say for example NFSU and all, then they have to write their specific program FSAT and then come, right? So all those exams, those who come, the people who are taking that PGDM course or who are taking the MBA, so you will be seated with them, and your placements also will be along with them only, okay. So placements is not at all going to be partial. So placement will be along with them, so you will be provided a fair share of that as well. So as I go along, I also want to let you know that in case you have any doubts, okay, you can always please put your messages over the chat box. We will be having a look at it, and then we'll try to explain it when we go along with the presentation, or else towards the end of the presentation we'll take up the questions and explain it, okay. So any doubts, you may forget it, so if you want, you can always put it down over the chat box and keep it there. So first of all, which are the institutes? See, we are not talking here just randomly about any kind of an MBA program or a BBA program, right? So we are talking about programs where you get a very good return on investment, where proper companies like the topmost consultant companies, the topmost financial banks and all, they come for the placement. So if you are looking out for this 5-year integrated MBA, okay, so remember that there are only 5 IIMs that actually provide this particular course, okay. IIM Indore being the oldest one in this IPMAT league. So if you look at the NIRF ranking, which is given for the business schools, Indore ranks 8, Rohtak ranks 12. So these are all prestigious colleges from where on if you come out. Now the tag itself is really going to play a very great role in a career ahead. So I am Indore, I am Rohtak, okay, Bodh Gaya, Jammu and Ranchi. These are the 5 IIMs that are offering, okay. Now, Nalsar, I think all of you might have heard about Nalsar, which is famous for its law courses, okay. This also gives you MBA, okay, and it also gives you this BBA plus MBA, okay, integrated course. So if you want to get into these colleges, okay, you also have to write specific exams, so which I'll be talking to you in this slide itself, okay. You have IIT Kakinada, Nirma in Ahmedabad is there, okay. So TAPNI, the Manipal campus, okay, see, remember that TAPNI, no, don't get confused with TAPNI. 2 campuses are there. One is the Manipal campus and the other is the Bangalore campus. So the Manipal campus actually provides you with the integrated MBA, whereas this Bangalore campus gives you the honors program, okay. Now there is one more famous university which is actually led by the Ministry of External Affairs India, okay, and that is NFSU, National Forensic Science University. This also has a BBA plus your MBA degree, your IPM, which specializes in forensic accounting and fraud investigation, okay. Now Bennett University, which is led by the Times of India, this also has its 5-year integrated MBA. It also has a 4-year BBA honors, okay. Now if you want, see, IIM Indore has it separate. Now that you know the colleges, okay, you should also be knowing that if you are trying for those, which particular exams should you be concentrating on. So IIM Indore has its own exam, IPMAT Indore. So this year it's going to happen in another 4 more days. On Thursday, 23rd of May, you have this particular paper for this year. It's an annual paper. IIM Rohtak also has its own IPMAT paper. That's called the IPMAT Rohtak. Okay. Bodh Gaya and Jammu together, okay, they have a paper called ZipMat. ZipMat is going to happen this year in June 6th, okay, and IPMAT Rohtak has already happened, okay, yesterday on 18th. Now, this Ranchi, IIM Ranchi, it takes the IPMAT Indore score itself, okay. Nalsar Hyderabad, okay, it has its own exam, okay, or the major exam that it also focuses on is it takes SAT scores, it also takes your CLAT scores, and it also takes your Indore scores. Okay, if you look at IFT Kakinada also, it takes the Indore scores, IPMAT Indore. Nirma also takes its Indore score. Okay, Tapni Manipal. Now, Manipal University now has an exam called MET, Manipal Entrance Test. You can either write this or you can also apply to these Tapni IPM program or the 4-year BBA program using your Indore score, IPMAT Indore score itself. Okay, and you will see the National Forensic Science University. Okay, it has its separate. Okay, it has its separate exam. Okay, which is slightly much more easier than whatever exams that we have been speaking right now, IPMAT Indore, IPMAT Rohtak, and ZipMat. Okay, and Bennett University doesn't have an entrance test, but it takes care only through a direct interview process. So if you see, if you want to apply for this IPM program, there are only 4 major exams that you have to concentrate on. One is your IPMAT Indore, IPMAT Rohtak, ZipMat, okay, and the other would be your MET, right? So 4 exams only targeted, and they are spread across mostly in the month of May and June after the boards are there. So you will be having enough time of preparation to sit down also, okay. And if you start early, then that gives you a better kickstart. Okay, you're at the last moment, you can practice it for a full year, and then the last 1 or 2 months, once your boards are over, you can just go ahead with your revision and then the mocks and all. Okay, now talking about the 4-year BBA, SP Jain and Flame University are the leaders of this 4-year BBA program. Now, why I call them leaders means, see, whenever you are opting for a 4-year BBA, okay, you are paying so much that you have to get a proper global exposure. So SPGIN completely provides that, okay, because you have a tri-city exposure there. Flame University also, okay. Another biggest thing about the 4-year BBA that I forgot to mention is most of the 4-year BBA programs that are available in India, okay, the topmost B schools, they will be having a foreign exchange, 1 semester abroad, okay, these kinds of programs, which helps you to get that international what is experience as well, okay. So SP Jain, Flame, they definitely do that, and this Flame University also has tie-ups, okay, with most of the European universities. It also has tie-up with Yale University, okay. So foreign exchange programs are available there also. So that is why these are top-notch ones, SPGN and Flame. Okay, and apart from that, VIT Chennai also has its 4-year BBA. Okay, TAPMI Bangalore, as we discussed. Okay, MIT World Peace University as well as Bennett University. These are also famous for their 4-year BBA programs. Okay, and then the 3-year BBA. If you want to do the 3-year BBA, okay, see, it is best only if you cover these. Okay, so Symbiosis University, it has its own exam called the SCT, Symbiosis Entrance Test. So Narsing Monjee University, okay, it has its NPAT test, okay. Delhi University, initially they used to be taking students through DUJET, okay, but right now DUJET has been cancelled off and CUET is being implemented. So Delhi University unit CUET, Indraprastha University, as of now it is still going with IP as of last year. This year intake, it was taking through IPU CET, okay, Indraprastha University Common Entrance Test. But again, as that DUJT was scrapped, okay, this also still has high chances of getting scrapped and CUT getting in. Okay, so we'll have to wait for the notification of this particular thing. And then finally Christ University, and see, Christ University, though it offers a 3-year BBA program, it also now has foreign exchanges. You can go and look into the lots of European universities depending upon the courses that you apply for. Okay, you have foreign exchange programs in Christ University as well. So these are the basic colleges that we'll be looking into, okay, and the exams. So now I would like to get into the 5-year MBA. Now, what happens in the 5-year MBA? See, in the 5-year MBA, remember that right after your 12th standard, okay, you might, as a fresher, you might not have so much of exposure into the corporates and all, okay. But the people who are coming for your MBA, they have corporate experience or they have finished their undergraduation, okay, in a professional course and then come. So the maturity level would be different. So to match you people with that, the first 3 years of foundation course will be there. Okay. So to note that this particular course, na IPM, in most of the colleges, they do not have any specific eligibility, like you have to take science group or you have to take maths common. Okay, most of them, they do not have that eligibility. So even if you're a student with a non-maths background, okay, non-economics background, okay, you need to be prepared to sit with the PGP crowd. So what they do is they give you the foundation courses on economics, on mathematics, okay, and they also help you with see, when you have to take up your specialization later, first of all you should have an understanding about it, right? So in each and every semester or trimester, they will be helping you with like subject courses on your marketing, courses on HR, courses on operations, okay. So all of those will be introduced to you, so that when the time of specialization comes in, it becomes easier for you, okay. And the last 2 years you'll be sitting with the PGP route, okay, and the curriculum is going to be the same as what normally happens in a PGP or a PGDM or a MBA curriculum, okay. So this will slightly depend, the courses, the exact subjects that will be given will slightly differ from university to university. For that proper knowledge, you can always go and look into the official website. The whole course structure along with the credits, everything will be given to you there, right? So then here we were talking about the exams. So let us also now look into the weightage for those exams. Now, if you look into IIM Indore, okay, you have to write the IPMAT Indore paper. The total number of seats available in this particular university is 150. Okay. Now, this examination IPMAT Indore will have a weightage of 50%. Okay, and the remaining weightage will go to personal interview and your, okay. So they do not give importance to your 10th and 12th marks, okay. But again, it is not that you can just score low and go. See, when you go to your PI, they obviously will test you in your ACAS also. So whatever, if you are in your 11th and 12th right now, okay, please do focus along with your preparation for IPMAT. I would like you to focus on your 12th score as well, okay, because if you focus on, automatically you get ready for half of the PI part, okay, where academics is going to be drilled. And the fees here overall for the 5 years, okay, is going to be roundly around 38.2 lakhs. And see, for the first 3 years, okay, it's just going to be roughly around 4.5 lakhs, okay. And then the last two MBA, this thing is there, no, last two MBA years, for that the actual PGP fee structure comes in, okay, that is why it rises. So same thing for IIM Rohtak, 160 seats, okay, till last year we had 180 seats. This time the number of seats have got reduced, 160 seats, okay. And they have their separate exam, IPMAT Rohtak. The examination is given 45% weightage, okay, 40% weightage is given to your 10th and 12th standard marks, okay, and then the remaining goes for your PIM. Now Ranchi, 120 seats, Jammu also 120 seats, okay. Now Ranchi takes your IPMAT Indore score, okay, and Jammu and Bodh Gaya, both having 120 seats, okay, take your JIPMAT score. So for this, look at it from university to university, the examination, the 10th and 12th marks now they differ. Like Indore did not pay attention to your 10th and 12th marks, but Rohtak is giving high weightage. So Ranchi also gives a little bit of weightage to that. Okay, so Jammu and Bodh Gaya 30 percentage. So always do concentrate on your academics also. Okay, now next thing, Nalsar Hyderabad. Okay, it takes the IPMAT Indore score or your NMET or your CLAT. It also takes SAT score. It also takes your JW scores and all. Okay, you can apply through it. Okay. Yes. So Tejas Rajesh. Yes, the fees is for the entire program. Yes, so the fees is for the entire program that I have put up here. The fees is for the entire program. The first 3 years plus the next 2 years for MBA. Everything. The whole IPM course.
So Diana, can I add something here?
Yes. Yes. Definitely. Yes. Yeah.
So, Rajesh, what happens is when you're actually doing your MBA program after your graduation in any of the IIMs, the typical fees ranges between 20 to 30 lakhs. So, it's about, depending on which college you are going, it will vary, right? So, in the IIMs, it typically varies between 20 to 26. And that 2 year programs, MBA programs course is also built into this fees. And that is why it is 38.2 because you have 3 year plus another 2 year, right? So, totally 5 years. So those 2 years will the fees for the MBA program itself will cost you about 20 lakhs, and the rest of the fees is for your undergraduate program. Yeah, Dana.
Okay, yeah. So, and then IFT in its Kakinada campus, okay, it gives you a IPM, okay, and it takes your IPMAT Indore score. So, the examination will be given a 78 percentage weightage, and your 10th and 12th will be given your 20% weightage. And note that for the IFT Kakinada campus, okay, you will have to take your business maths or maths, whatever it is, that is compulsory in your 11th and 12th standard. Okay, so that is the only campus that has this particular eligibility criteria. Others do not have. Others can be from any particular stream. So then let's now move ahead to the next one. Just a minute, I'll take out this. So now we see, first of all, we had a look at the fee structure, right? And I think most of us looked at it at a little bit in surprise also because it was on the higher side, but it is completely worth it. That is why we are here to discuss this with you. See, I am Indore last year, okay? Though people have been speaking like in the IIMs the number of placements have gone less, okay, the average has gone less. You look into the placement trend, okay, please don't go with any other website. Please visit the official website and you will see that there is a positive growth in each of these. The average last year for IIM Indore grew up to 30.21 lakhs and the highest. So this would be international company, so but still the highest is 1.2, but average stays at 30.21. I am Rohtak, the average was at 15.61 lakhs. Okay, I am Ranchi 15.02, Jammu 16, it jumped very high last year. I am Bodh Gaya 11.2. So Nalsar, Hyderabad and IFT Kakinada new campuses. So the usual MBA placements average around 16 to 18 lakhs. Okay, but with the IPM now. They have not included it, okay, but there is no what to say, there's no partiality between the normal MBAs and the IPM students there, okay. The so usually the same thing would be reflecting this side also, okay, on the average score for the IPM. Now, one thing to note is that you don't have to make a great deal of investment initially. Okay, so once you get this call for from IIM Indore, Rohtak, and all from any big company, they have tie-ups with the banks. Okay, and banks will readily dispose of the loan amount. Okay, and after that, once you're done with the course, you can come and repay back it. Okay, because the return on investment is very high, you will be able to easily repay it back within around 3 to 4 years. Okay, down the line. So you did not worry much about the fees there, because obviously the tag stays forever. That tag added up with your exposure. Okay, see, like especially if I take IIM Indore, okay, the types of consulting firms that come, BCG, Deloitte, okay, EY, so all these are the top notch ones. Okay, so all the IIMs have their specific consulting firm, their like what to say, the financial firms that come, Citibank, HDFC, everything and all. No? So, and the salary that is given also, okay, is not of an ordinary MBA grad. Okay, the tag plays a major role, and you get an average of minimum 15 for any of the IIMs. So repaying back the loan is a very easy task to do in the next 3 to 4 years that you come out of your course. So the eligibility criteria. See, as I told you, the eligibility criteria. No, see, your age has to be 20 years for the IPMAT papers. Okay, but for the other papers, you do not have a age limit that is specifically mentioned. But the only eligibility is you should have 10th and 12th pass with 60% for most of the IIMs. Okay, so 60%, see, for any of the schools you'll have. So IFT Kakinada, as I told you, mathematics as a subject in 11th and 12th is mandatory. Okay, but IIM Indore, even at 60%, you just have to have a pass mark. Okay, so that is more than enough. And then here, so I will be discussing about the IPMAT structure. Okay, structure mainly because students, if you are starting to prepare right now itself, you should have an idea what to prepare and how to prepare. Okay, so the IPMAT Indore, which is known as the father of all the IPM exams generally. Okay, so that is for a duration of 2 hours, and you have 3 sections in that. Okay, so you have a quantitative ability, the MCQ section, where you have a question and then options will be given to you from choose below. Okay, so 30 questions in that, 40 minutes. You also have quantitative ability short answer type. Okay, where you'll have to type in your answers. So this is generally regarded as the most difficult section here. So 15 questions, 40 minutes. And then you have verbal ability, 45 questions and 40 minutes. Okay, so total of 100 questions, my dear. The total marks for which you will be writing this, okay, each of them, okay, for 120 minutes here. Now remember that when you go to the other IPMAT papers, just have a look at this. The other IPMAT papers also will be having 3 sections, but the only difference between the IPMAT Indore and the other IPMAT papers is they will be having only one quant section. Okay, then you will be having a logical reasoning in added here. So each of them is split for Rohtak 40 questions each. You have 40 minutes each. Okay, this is actually as per the official notification. Okay, I've taken from official notification, but what happens in this IPMAT Rohtak is the sectional time limit is not at all there. Okay, the sectional counter doesn't run in the main exam. So you can go and switch between these sections. You can go and give importance to the section that where you feel that you can score more. Like what happens is normally what happens is people go and finish off the verbal ability first very easily, and then save up more time for logical reasoning and quants. Okay, and then they give it to increase the scores, right? So this has 3 sections. Now if you look even into that ZipMat, okay, ZipMat also will have the 3 same sections: quantitative ability, logical reasoning and verbal ability. And here you will see that the question approximately is going to be divided into equal parts, 33, 33 and 34. Okay, and this is going to be for 150 minutes. 50 minutes for each section is the time limit that is given. Okay, now getting into the second stage. So once you write your IPMAT exam, okay, what happens, IPMAT or whatever it is for the other B schools, okay, so that is the first stage. So once you are shortlisted, once you clear the cutoff, okay, for your particular category, then you will be called for a personal interview and a written ability test. So mostly these two will be happening on the same day. Okay, so a written ability test usually happens before the personal interview, where you are given a 15 to 20 minute slot, and you will be given a general topic or a current affair topic, okay, or any like opinion based writing that you'll be given, and you'll be asked to write down your opinion on it. Okay, and that will also be evaluated, and that will also be taken up for the final merit list. Okay, and once this written ability test is done, then you will be attending your personal interview. Now in the personal interview, it's going to be say it ranges from somewhere around 15 minutes to a maximum of 30 minutes, where they actually want to really know about you. why do you want to really go for your BBA, or why do you want to go for your MBA? Okay, why do you actually want to select that course in that particular institute? Okay, how much are you aware about yourself? Okay, they'll also be asking you a little bit of strategic or your general awareness. Okay, and since this is directly after the 12th, there is high chance that you will also be grilled about your academics. Okay, so whatever subjects you have taken in the 11th and 12th, okay, you should be ready with that also. And that is why I'm telling you, prepare side by side. Since most of the exams are just taking 60%, do not think that your academics is not of a weightage. Okay, if you study for these 11th and 12th properly, okay, there half the job is done. When you are being grilled on academics, you will find it very easy to answer the questions. So after this personal interview and written ability test, only the final merit list will come out. Okay, so when you're preparing, okay, so in the quantitative ability section, okay, you generally have arithmetic, algebra, basic algebra. We have put it into basic algebra, and in advanced maths, advanced algebra comes in. Okay, so numbers, basic geometry, modern mathematics. Modern mathematics is generally your PNC and probability. Okay, so IPMAT Indore has all of these, and it also has advanced maths. So in advanced math, they ask you a few questions on determinants and matrices. Okay, they also ask you one or two questions on a little bit of calculus here and there, and advanced trigonometry. So Rohtak and ZipMat do not have those advanced mathematics. So students who have not taken up maths now, they need not fear about it. They need not fear about it. Whatever comes in the remaining sections are all the basic maths that you have learned from your 8th standard or 7th standard till your 10th standard, nothing greater than that. You just have to brush up and come into terms with practicing it a little more with a time bound manner, and you'll have to increase your speed and your accuracy. That's all that you'll have to do. And then the other things. So if you look at the logical reasoning, data interpretation, okay, IPMAT Indore has this IPMAT Indore doesn't have logical reasoning. Okay, it doesn't have logical reasoning. Okay, by mistake this has come in here. One second, yeah. Because IPMAT Indore, we know that two sections are there. Logical reasoning is not going to be there. Two sections of cons will be there. Okay. So DI is not there. Reading comprehension, vocabulary, grammar, verbal reasoning. These are the major parts of your English or your verbal paper. Okay, IPMAT Rohtak does have this logical reasoning section wherein you have syllogisms, number series, alphanumeric series, coding, decoding, blood relations, okay, input, output, and all those. Okay, easy stuff which you just have to apply a little bit of common sense into those questions. Okay, data interpretation is there. Okay, so Rohtak and ZipMat do not have reading comprehension. They focus solely on grammar, vocabulary. Okay, and like verbal reasoning questions. So, and then all the three of them have the written interview preparation in their due. So the 3-year BBA courses, okay, as I told you, will be the foundational courses. Okay, now where do you go and do this? Because you see that every nook and corner of the city, you have BBA colleges here and there. So the topmost colleges for your 3-year BBA will be your Symbiosis. Okay, so Symbiosis will be taking its own exam, SAT. So its eligibility is 10th and 12th. You should have a minimum of 50%. Okay, and you have NMIMS. For NMIMS, you have to write the NPAT. Okay, and for NMIMS, again, mathematics in 11th and 12th is mandatory. So this is again a eligibility criteria for NM. Okay, then you have Christ University. For Christ University, this is Christ University entrance test. Okay, so depending upon the program, now your eligibility will also change, my dear. Okay, so generally it is 60%. You keep it as that. Okay, but if you have precise courses that you want to select to, you please do refer to the official website. You will get it there. Okay, and then we also saw that Delhi University is very good for that, and this Indraprastha University. Okay, so for Delhi University, you have to write the CUT, which is the common university entrances for the central universities. For IPU, you will have to write the IPU CET. Okay, or this year I do not know whether they may change it to CET. We have to wait for the notification for that. So these will be the only colleges wherein if you do a BBA, that is going to be fit enough, okay, to come out for a job, or to later on add to your profile and do a MBA from a better particular college. So now I'm not going to give so much of importance to this particular slide, but again, I'll just give you an overview of this. Say, for example, you have your specialization decided and you really want to commit yourself only with finance and investment. Okay, then you can opt for Shahid Sukhdev College of Business Studies, DU. Okay, this is India's topmost BBA college from the central universities. Or you can also go for Gitam in Hyderabad, okay, or the GIPS Bangalore one. So these are the three colleges that you would want to go for finance and investment. Again, I would tell you before the start of the course also, please do not keep your specializations too narrow. Okay, be open so that you have a wide number of colleges to apply to. Okay, so if you want to go for business and BBA in business analytics, okay, the Symbiosis Pune is there, okay, UP is there, Dehradun is there, Christ University Lavasa campus, Presidency College in Chandigarh. These are the topmost ones. And if you want for BBA in sports management, then these are the colleges. You may take a snapshot of this. Okay, so I'm not really giving so much of importance to this because really in 11th until students do not really keep in mind as to what the specialization is, right? So only when you are out of your 12th standard or when you have entered the first year, after you get into those courses and know what is finance, what is marketing and all, then it is better for you to choose the specialization properly. So then going on to the next slide here. So the 4-year BBA program, the global program that I was talking about, okay, the best in the country is SPG Global. It's a 3-city program, okay, where this 3-city program, the first year you will be able to choose from your Mumbai campus, okay, or from the Singapore campus. The second year can be from Singapore or Dubai. Okay, and then the third and fourth years have to be through Dubai, and finally the final one has to be through Sydney. Okay, so it's a tri-country program, and the fees for this also is as high as that. Okay, for the first year, okay, if you are doing it from Mumbai, then it's going to be 50 lakhs approximately for the fees. Okay, and after that, the second, third, and fourth years, this will depend in dollars. So if you are doing it in Singapore, or if you are doing it in Dubai, then it goes with USD. Okay, if you do it in Australia, the Sydney campus, the final years Australia, then it goes in the Australian dollars. Okay, so roughly the second, third and fourth years will cost you much higher, roughly averaging around 24 lakhs each year. Okay, so and then TAPNI your BBA honors. Okay, the exams we have already discussed, which exams you have to go in. Okay, and I would like to add MET also here, which I've spoken about. Okay, the fees is going to be roughly around 14 lakhs. Okay, and then MIT WPU, it's going to be 16 lakhs, Flame University 30 lakhs. Okay, Jindal, so and these are the top notch ones, and that is why the fees are much more higher there. So I see those Jindal Business School charges over 20 lakhs. Okay, but I would say that it is much more better to get into TAPNI and do it, right? So VIT also charges around 11 lakhs, and it has its VIT, no, the way it has entrance exams for its engineering courses, it also has its separate entrance exam for BBA. So you'll have to write that in order to get eligible to get into that particular program. So this is all about the MBA programs, the BBA and the MBA programs that are available inside India. Okay, so we have discussed about the 3-year BBA, the 4-year BBA, and then the 5-year BBA plus MBA courses. Okay, now what are your options after you finish your BBA? See, after your MBA, like BBA plus MBA, that 5-year integrated course, your life is set, right? So you will get into the campus placement, and then after that your career goes on smoothly. Now what about if you plan to exit after 3 years, or what you plan only to do a 3-year BBA or only a 4-year BBA? Okay, so if you are planning to go ahead in India itself, what you can do is, when you're in your 3rd year itself, you can write your CAT, or you can write your ZAT, or you have NMAT, you have SNAP and all. Okay, so all these exams you can write it right in your 3rd year itself. Okay, and you can apply for MBA in the IIMs or any other top B school after that. So, or what you can do is you can take a break of, say for example, 2 years. Okay, you can take a break of 2 years for your work experience, and after that you can write the CAT or any other MBA entrance exam and then get into MBA then. Okay, or what you can do is you can go ahead for a 5-year work experience, and then you can get into the top-notch executive MBA programs in ISB. Okay, or you can also get into the IIMs for your executive programs. And if you plan it abroad, okay, then you have to go for a MIM. Okay, so for that MIM you will need to have to write your GRE or your GMAT. Okay, but if you plan to do your MBA, okay, so only in India MBA you can do it as a fresher, my dear, but if you go abroad you need to have minimum of 3+ years of experience. So along with that you have to write your GMAT and GRE scores. Okay, some of the colleges do waiver it according to your profile, but all that we'll not be discussing it right now. Okay, so for that later on, if you want all those, no, you can always do get in touch with us, or you can get in touch with Mr. Azizena, who is India's or topmost consultant, okay, for studies abroad, okay, and also inside India. So you can get in touch regarding that. So yeah, we have got a message here. Will you also talk about the schedule plan for preparation of these exams? How much time you have to spend in a week and what kind of exams? See, I would tell you that first of all, if you plan to write your IPMAT Indore, okay, if you prepare for IPMAT Indore itself, okay, IPMAT Rohtak gets covered. Only that you have to study a little bit of logical reasoning extra, okay, and I'll come to it also, what all we have to do it. So, once you prepare for your IPMAT Indore, okay, you are prepared for all the IPM related courses. Okay, you are related for all the IPM related entrance exams like IPMAT Rohtak. You are also prepared for ZipMat. You are also prepared for the NFSU entrance exam, for the NALSAR exam, for everything you are prepared. Okay, just that you have to go with a little bit of logical reasoning set of questions. Okay, so logical reasoning, there are going to be only a set of 10 topics or something, and all these topics are very easy. Okay, now, so in IPM, what happens is IPMAT Indore. Okay, you have your two sections, quants, and you have your verbal. Okay, so in verbal, RC is given importance to, vocabs is given importance to, okay, verbal reasoning is given importance to, and you'll also be given importance in the IPMAT Indore paper on verbal reasoning, vocabs, RC, parajumbles, grammar, and all this. Okay, oh, it's not clear. 1 minute. 1 minute. Better I'll go to the slide wherein we have the, yes, 1 second, sir. I'll just get into where we have the, yes. So if you see, okay, I think this would be much more better. Changing the color as well. See, IPMAT Indore covers in the quants arithmetic, basic algebra, numbers, basic geometry, modern maths. Arithmetic means you have topics like percentages, you have profit, loss and discount, you have simple interest components, time and work, time, speed and distance and all. So basic algebra would be logarithms, okay, you have linear equations, you have quadratic equations, modulus and all that. Okay, and when you come to numbers, basic LCM, HCF, okay, you have cyclicity, you have your factors and all those. Okay, basic geometry, the lines, angles, the quadrilaterals, polygons, you have circles. Okay, modern maths, permutation, combination, probability, and in advanced maths you have your determinants and matrices. You also have high level of trigonometry there. Okay, you also have advanced algebra there. Okay, so maximum, minimum and all comes here. So if you prepare for the Indore paper, all of these are done. Okay, so that is why anyone who prepares for Indore paper will be able to attend the IPMAT Rohtak paper also, the ZipMat paper also. Okay, and even if it is any BBA paper like the Christ University CUT or the CUT General for the central universities, okay, anyone who prepares for IPMAT Indore will be able to do all of these. Okay, even if it is MET, okay, even if it is for the entrance for NFSU, okay, all of these now, see, MET, NFSU and all now, the students, they come and say that once they are prepared, once they've gone through the intensive coaching program for this Indore, okay, they say that those are very, very, very easy papers. So the level of difficulty is very easy comparatively to IPMAT Indore. Okay, so you prepare for that. For cons, all the other preparations are also done. Okay, and for cons, I'll tell you, there is no need to sit down and disturb whatever you are preparing for your actual syllabus in your 11th and 12th. Okay, if you are preparing it on a daily basis, if you give around 30 minutes, okay, which is going to be 10 to 15 questions in cons, and then around 15 to 20 minutes on an alternate day basis, one day for LR, the other day for verbal. Okay, I think that should be more than enough. If you're studying on a daily basis, okay, 45 minutes of preparation to a maximum of 1 hour preparation would be more than enough. Okay, and I'm telling you 1 hour on the higher level, so that no, by the end of 1 year, or when you are going for your boards, okay, 12th, especially when you're in your 12th boards now, February, Jan, Feb, March usually become very, very difficult for us to focus on IPMAT. Okay, we need to give you a break in for your boards also. So if you do this 1 hour of preparation on a daily basis, what will happen is you will start getting a proper hang within 1 year. Okay, from 6 months itself you'll start getting a hang of all the topics. Okay, and after that, even if you have a gap of a few days in between, that wouldn't matter. So that will really help you when we have this gap. In this gap, whenever you're preparing for your boards, now in the middle, only in the weekends, if you spend some time for preparation on IPMAT, that will be sufficient. Okay, and after that, once the March boards are done, February boards are done, March, April, okay, then we can concentrate on revision and on the mocks. That would be much more better, rather than you see, normally what happens, many students who come to us for the crash course now, okay, they come only for 1 month, and in that 1 month itself, though results are good, okay, I'm saying that they find it difficult. The whole day they have to sit down and slog, okay, and that is how we are able to bring down the results. But if you are practicing for 6 months or 1 year or even 2 years, the better it is. Okay, that last minute slog will not be there, and when you don't have to slog, now that last minute tension is not there. Your boards also go much more better. Okay, you don't have that tension of what you're going to do for the entrance test, or you're already prepared for it. Getting it? So it is always better to start early on this. So 1 hour preparation is more than enough. So this is about the cons. Okay, now going on to the verbal and the LR. So verbal and LR, and what happens is, see, in verbal, IPMAT Indore again, okay, has reading comprehension, vocabulary, grammar, verbal reasoning. It covers everything. Okay, so ultimately when you prepare for the verbal section of Indore paper, okay, you are preparing for Rohtak, GIPMAT and the other BBA papers also, right? So the only thing that you have to concentrate for the IPM courses other than IPMAT Indore and for the BBA courses is logical reasoning. In logical reasoning, there are just 10 topics. Okay, and these 10 topics now are not as difficult as the quants topics that we do. See, a percentages topic, if a student is doing, he will require minimum of 3 to 4 days of practice to get himself accustomed to it. But logical reasoning, say for example, I take the topic directions. A student already has inbuilt common sense about directions. Okay, so when we just give additional tips and he practices around 40 to 50 problems on a single day, that is already embedded into his mind. So to increase the speed and to increase the accuracy, he'll have to sit down and practice a little more. That is it. So these are all very, very easy topics. So directions, blood relations, okay, you will have input, output, you will have syllogisms and all those. So 10 different topics. Only these are the extra things that they'll have to sit down and study. So on a daily basis, my dear, if it's a weekday, I would tell you sit down and study for 1 hour. Okay, and if it's a weekend, okay, if you can give in a 1 hour plus or a 2 hour plus, 1 plus 1 or 1 plus 2 hours, well and good. But consistency is what is important. If you're not consistent, then this would see, if you're not, you practice for 4 days and then you leave the preparation, okay, then what happens is, then you'll forget whatever you have learned earlier also. You'll have to come and slog with everything. So it's always better, okay, to be consistent. If you're giving 45 minutes on a daily basis also, keep on giving that. Okay, push yourself. Just 2 years, okay, you're getting 8 hours of sleep, mean just make it just 7 hours. That is Fine, okay, for the next 2 years. Career is what is more important. So 1 year is not a big, 1 hour is not a big deal, my dear. 45 minutes to 1 hour, consistently give it. You will be easily able to crack the paper. So any more doubts on it, sir? Is this clear, sir?
Okay, Diana, can I just add few things here?
Yeah, definitely. Yes, sir.
So, Tejas, first of all, this preparation for IPMAT and other exams are, not as intensive as what you see for an IT, JEE or NEET. Okay, so these are comparatively simpler exam because most of the math that you do is from your sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, tenth kind of a math, right? And people who are reasonably good at English, would not require too much of time preparing for English too. So it is so if you have a reasonable reading habit, if you are been reading fiction or even some kind of books and all during your school days, that would be good enough. And if you're from a good CBSE school, your English should be already in place, right? So about an hour of preparation is maximum that you can do to prepare for it during your board examination, 12th standard time till the board examination. You can take a break of 2 months in between from February and March. And then in the month of April again and May, you can actually push yourself, during that 2 months, because that's a time when we'll be doing a lot of mock tests and we'll be doing a lot of topic tests and all to test out your fundamental standing. So it's an easy exam to write. It's not tough at all, and it is not very demanding. And it just requires you to build up your fundamentals during that 1 year that you're doing your 12th, and then push it with a mock test and topic test during the last 2 months after your board examination. Now, is there any consideration for women like quota? So certain of the colleges actually have gender diversity factor built in their selection process after you have been shortlisted for your interview process. Okay, that will be mostly in the IIMs and also in some of the private universities. But then the kind of cutoff that we see for women and girl candidate and boy candidate not does not vary too much. So you should look forward to cracking the exam with the typical cutoff scores rather than looking at any other kind of gender diversity criteria. I hope that clears that up. Yeah. Diana, you can continue.
Yeah. So yeah, I think I'm done with it also. So if anyone has any more doubts, you can always put it in. You can please put it over the chat box. We'll be happy to answer your questions. Okay, so I think no one has put in. So maybe many questions haven't popped up into your mind, or whatever we have just said, you're just observing it. No issues. You can always get back to us. See, I have displayed a few numbers here. Okay, so these are the student advisors that we have, Archana and Sanjukta. So anytime, like say for example, any doubt related to the careers, okay, and you want to have a career counseling with Ajay sir, you can always contact Archana and Sanjukta for appointment. Will be readily there to help you out. Okay, and if you want careers in management also, say for example, you want for any information regarding specific colleges and you want to contact me, okay, specific examinations, how to prepare and all, if you want me to help you out regarding that. Okay, so all of these now we will be you can come through Archana and Sanjukta, the numbers displayed here. So the course fees will differ. Okay, so depending upon the kind of course that you are like talking about, if you are taking 1 year course or a 2 year course, so it's always better you please contact our student advisor Archana or Sanjukta for that. Okay, because they will be the ones who will be able to guide you. They'll sit down with you and they will understand your situation, what you're looking for. They'll customize the course for you and accordingly they will be telling it, sir, because on and often everything changes, so I cannot here directly make a statement regarding the course fees. So scholarships, so Ajay sir, is there any scholarship that is available for the IPM courses?
So, Rajesh, you can actually contact Sanjukta or Archana on this. They'll be able to help you with this because on and off we do conduct scholarship tests. So when it happens, and they will keep you informed as well. If it is going to happen in the near future, they'll also let you know by when you can write it.
Okay, right. Okay, so I think then, yeah, no more doubts to come. So anytime you have any doubts, any thing related to careers in management, or even related to any of the careers beyond your 12th standard, you can always contact us. We'll be readily helping you. So please get in touch with any of our student advisors. Please take a note of the numbers that are displayed on the screen. So thank
And
you so, yeah.
yeah, and anybody who wants a PPT, few of you had messaged me as well. So if you want the PPT, please contact Sanjukta. She will on WhatsApp and she will forward it to you.
Yeah, right. So I think then we'll wind the session. So is it fine, Ajay? So can
Yeah,
we?
yeah, we can wind
Yeah,
up. Yes.
right. So thank you so much, everyone. Okay, so please do get in touch in case of any doubts. Thank you.
Thank you and good night.
Yes.